Hello guys, how are you today? This is take two. I'm not feeling so well today, and I haven't slept a lot lately. And I just start talking to you guys and going, this is in my head and that's in my head. And about 10 minutes into the recording, I went, well, you're just pressing, bitch. It's like, okay. All right, there's no and then you start talking to yourself in the recording. Okay, you're not finishing this, and you were not putting this crap online. Just talking about governments again and emergency situations and the environment, and it just spiraling into a hole of gloom. I don't feel well today. I'm struggling today, and it's showing in really unpleasant ways. Oh my goodness. So it was like, okay, this is one of those times, little girl, when you're just gonna have to laugh at yourself and realize you're wallowing and just shut up. Start over. So this is take two. Now what I am doing, as you can see, is I'm just working a little bit more on the border and getting some more field crop land in here, because this is one of the big things that I feel needs to be in place before I go too much further. We do need we need the farm to function, and you've heard me say that with any farm I'm doing. It needs to be able to get enough questing done to be able to buy the things you want, and to get enough tickets made to keep the farm hands ready. The one, I'm working on the lake. I think the whole fish situation needs to be sorted, because that feels like a big one, and the animals. And then after that it's like, well, we'll sort that out afterwards. And I really am finding myself struggling with the idea of what to do with the animals. I can do another little barn setup. I love the kind of barn setups I do. I have to admit, I like them. I think they're a good idea. But yeah, here's the thing. I don't know about... I guess I'd have to move those horses too, right? I really don't know what to do with that in a fantasy type setting. This is supposed to... Do you guys ever see a movie called The Village? You kind of think one thing is happening, and then it turns into quite a different scenario. I thought it was clever. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. And, this is supposed to be that sort of hidden away sort of community. So, and if it's in a fantasy world, like Hogwarts, right? I mean, Hogwarts sits right there in the middle of Scotland, but nobody ever sees it. So we've got this little valley now, and if this is a fantasy place, what does that mean in terms of the animals? Am I going to do the same sort of little barn situation, tucked down here perhaps, that I've done before? Man, I really don't know. I need to come up with an idea, a pattern, something that will function. And you've heard me say that. The game must function. It's got to get the job done that we want it to do. But is that going to be you know what? I'm going to do one more row of a field crop area here, and these will have to be moved now. Okie dokie. You've got to be able to make enough, enough ribbons to, like I said, do the things you want, and enough tickets to be able to pay the farm hands, and you've got to have enough animals in to get some of the questing done. Maybe it just comes down to having a whole lot less. Maybe that's all I've got to worry about, is just putting in a great deal fewer animals than I normally do. Maybe that would do it in and of itself. I don't know. I've got a fair bit to start with in terms of ribbons and tickets, and diamonds. I'm not going to need many more of those. Oh, that's right, the warehouse. All right, let's go do this. It was peanuts again, right? Oh, nuts. Okay. How many? So basically 5,000. It is peanuts, right? Yes, it is peanuts. About 5,000 peanuts right there. Actually, how many do I have? Not enough to make any difference at all. That'll do her. That'll do her. I don't know, but that certainly will. And we pay that down, and on the last one it's going to be veg. And with the vegetables, if we don't have them, we can certainly get them easily, and the warehouse will be done. Oh, sweetness. Okay, that actually feels pretty good. I like it. Let's go back to over here. Yeah, I'll just do another row for the field crops here, and I think we'll call this done. But I feel like I've got to get the fish sorted, and I do not have the brain for that today. I actually had a doctor's appointment today, and I felt too ill to go to it. It's like, I need to see my doctor. I can't, I'm too sick. Yep, there's a thing. You know you're going to have a good day when... Oh, goodness gracious. But... I'm so sick of doctors. It's like, you know what? Leave me alone. Just leave me. Just go away. I still haven't done I still haven't scheduled all these tests I'm supposed to. I've got 2 pages of tests that they want to do to me over the next few months. And I've got to just get on the phone and start scheduling this stuff. And it's like, I just don't want to. Because then they'll expect me to go. And I don't, oh my goodness. Because everything, I think I've mentioned this before, everything they're saying is probably wrong. There's nothing they can do about any of it. It's just, you know, it's life, and it's going to happen, and you're going to have to change your lifestyle and do this and do that. But there's not, you know, you can give me a drug for symptoms, which I won't take, so there's no point. And they know it. My doctor is, oh, I made a boo-boo. My doctor's very aware of that. He knows I'm not going to take anything he's got to give me that's just symptom related. So it's like he wants to know what's wrong. And it's like, do I really care? I don't know, guys. I'm not convinced I do. I mean, I'll do it. But I'll do it because my family wants me to. And I think I don't think I'd bother otherwise. It's just like, yeah, no. There we go. You know what I should have done is planted some things to make myself a bit of cash here, and we're going to need some veg, right, for that last warehouse. So let me go ahead and plant some. These bring in good money. I don't have them leveled on this farm because I didn't really bother with that before, but I'm going to want to level up those stations, I suppose, probably. But I will need more veg, so we might as well plant the stuff, right? So yeah, I gotta figure out the fish, and I gotta come up with a design or a number or something for the animals that makes sense for a fantasy type farm. Something that feels a little quirky, a little not just the same old, same old. And I don't know what that means, because I want it to function too. I want my farm hands to take care of the animals for me. That's a thing in the game that's just a thing for me. I think they should be, you know, making sure they're fed on a regular basis and doing a lot of the picking up, and then I can go on and do other things. But I can go see the animals when I want to give them a pet or take a screenshot and not have to, you know, worry about the day-to-day sorting out of them. I know they're in good hands. You hire only the best staff, and then they take care of stuff for you. I think that's great. But we'll get some of this planted. The summer's going really fast here, so might as well get them in while we can. Yeah, my head's just getting lost in, okay, how am I going to do the animals? I go put them in this pattern, and then how would I do it with the farm hands? And then what about this? What about that? Well, I'd want this to, gee, what am I going to do with? Yeah, it's just, my head's all over the place here. And nothing is coming out that sounds like it's going to work very well. So maybe I'll try again on that tomorrow. And I've visited a lot of farms. Like, I can't think of anything offhand that is like, yeah, that might be, you know, something I could use or something I could modify. Or, you know, better yet, ooh, that's perfect. I'm going to copy that. I can't think of anything that I've seen in the past that is, you know, standing up to set off, you know, a bell that going, wee, wee, this is the one, let's do that. I'm not feeling that at the moment, so I don't know. Okay, so we had a few things planted. That's probably a good thing. And we'll get the last of these in. I am going to attempt another recording today. This is just my blog, my dear diary. You guys are my dear diary. Oh, aren't you wonderful? Oh my goodness, it's so sweet. Dear diary, how are you today? I had a diary once when I was a kid. I think I wrote in it about 3 times, and then, you know, you forget. Or the things you really want to write, you don't because you're afraid somebody's going to see it. Or the stuff you really want to write, you don't because you're afraid someone won't see it. What did I do wrong? I have messed up something. This is not looking all that even Steven here, folks. I muckered up somewhere. I either just put 2 down by accident or something is wrong down at this end. I shall have a lookie. And that's lining up. So I suppose I just put in 2 by accident somewhere. It has been known to happen. And we'll do more like this. And then up the outside and call this done like dinner. I think that should be enough for farming, right? It's not a lot. There's going to be times. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 800 plots, I guess. That's an approximation, of course, but most crops we get, or I mean quests we get, are less than that. I have had some that are more than that, which would mean, you know, a run of twice through, which I suppose doesn't make any difference. It's not like I'm in a hurry. And I've hit that hill. You know what? I'm just going to call this enough. I'm going to call this enough. And then we'll figure out fish and animals, and then we'll start putting some flowers in. This is probably the most trees I've had. I did have one farm that had a lot of trees, quite a lot. But that was, I think, the one I recycled. This one before I recycled it. Oh, and I said I could go harvest nuts, and then I didn't even bother to look because I know there's some right around the northwest corner, or northwest corner here's got some, but I missed them. Yeah. Well, we get another weed dent made. I got to say hello to you guys today, which is really the only reason I'm here, because I know I'm not functioning all that well, and I just wanted to let you know that I haven't, you know, I am here, and I'm saying hi, and stuff. And now I'm going back to bed. I think I really am. I'm just going to curl up with a book and fall asleep. Watch a series of something, maybe even something new. Ooh, instead of just rewatching things I already know, so I don't mind falling asleep to them. That's about all I ever watch, is stuff I've already seen. There's got to be something new out there that's worth watching, right? There must be a thing. There's a series on Netflix, something about the woman in the house across the road from the girl in the window, or something like that. It's a little bit entertaining in terms of the title. Maybe I'll hunt that up and see what's going on with that, because it sounded kind of funny. Well, I don't know if it sounds funny or not. I know nothing about the series except for the name, but I love the name. So do I really need anything else? So there we go. We can have more field crops in here as we go, and I can run around nice quick like a bunny. We're going to put the floating lights over things. I think, you know, in these little spots like this, there must be some sort of fantasy related something we could plop down. I don't know what that will be or how it will work, but I feel like there should be something we could do. Circus wagons, a carousel out in the middle of no place. Is that fantasy or just kind of weird? I don't know. A leaning tower that just sits here on its own with something around it that makes it look fantastical. I wonder what that's going to be. While I want it to look fantasy type, I don't want it to look just deranged. There's a difference, you know. No derangement here, please. Oh God. Thank you guys for being here and being kind. And like I said, this is just my dear diary to you today. I'm not sure if I'm going to manage another recording or not. But I will try to get some rest today and be back a little more something tomorrow. Take care, guys. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the thumbs up and follows, views. I'll see you tomorrow, and I'll try harder. Bye-bye.